So I want to try two things today. One of them is to make a silver coin ring for Daniel, and the second thing that I want to do is make the cheapest possible 18 karat ring that I can. It's going to be really thin. Gotta clean that bench so that I can use this. This is how I got those shots before. Almost done. Get out! Go! I need more hammers. I got some bad news for you, Daniel. Oh, cutting into coins is illegal. Don't do it. So there was one thing that I mentioned in the last video very briefly, was that I was doing a sketch. Now that sketch I showed a little bit of, but there was a lot more to it than what was actually shown. So the iPad actually only recorded the brush strokes, so it left out all of the spaces in between that, where I was selecting tools and changing the color and the opacity and the layers and all that kind of thing. So that audio wasn't great and the information wasn't actually recorded, so it was really hard to sync up, so I just left it out. I do want to be doing a lot more of those, but I don't think the demand's there yet, because yeah, I think most people want to see the flames and stuff, but that's something that's definitely going to be coming a lot more. So yeah, if you want to see that, let me know, because I can do actual tutorials for it. I'm fairly quick at doing those drawings now, so yeah. Anyway, the second part of that process is, as I mentioned again very briefly, was to CAD it. Now CADing is a process of developing a 3D printable model that you can then print into resin. The resin then gets turned into a like a mold, and it gets cast. So it goes from resin into metal via the lost wax casting method. Now that's how a lot of jewelry is made these days. It's a very old process, and it's been around for like forever. So the process is established. The only thing that's new is the implementation of 3D printing. And when I say new, I'm talking like 10-15 years. Like that's how long like we've sort of been using that for. Well, not me personally, but that's how long it's been in the jewelry industry. So it's not new, but it's new that people are interested in it. Now I want to jump on that and make the files that we produce available to you if you want to print it. Now normally this process costs a lot of money because you're producing a one-off piece. Now the one-off piece that you're selling needs to incorporate the cost of developing that file. I want to flip that around and use the file and just leverage it. So where it would normally be you know, $500 to $1,000 for a really complicated design, you know, product tested and you know, released for, well, like made. Yeah, I want to be doing that for a fraction of the cost. So that's where I'm heading with this. If it doesn't work, then no harm done. I'll basically just make the piece. So I'll be in the exact same position. The thing that I want to do is I want to leverage my designs and my creativity for jewelers and students and anybody who's interested in printing it. Now, this model works because I realize that I can only make about like maximum 200 rings a year. So that's on average 1 ring per day or 1 piece per day. Now it's not that you can make a piece from start to finish in 1 day. The process is sort of split over, you know, 2 to 8 weeks. It's a fairly long process, but when you condense it down, like you're working on bits of the job each day. That's sort of a long-winded way to say that I can only make a limited amount of pieces, so I want to leverage it to make it available to a lot more people than I would ever be able to sell to. So yeah, if you're a jeweler in Russia or the UK or America or whatever, like, your clients are never coming here, like so sell them my designs if you can. Like, good for you. But these files are going to be significantly cheaper than commissioning them. That's pretty much it. If you like these designs, the hand make plans for these things, so stone weights, stone sizes, metal weights, everything like that, it will be made available to anybody who wants it, general public, students, other jewelers. You can have that for free. The thing that's for sale is the actual digital file to 3D print it. I will also be producing the physical model, and they will be listed on my website. But yeah, like I said, I can only produce a limited amount of them, so my prices are probably going to be higher than what another jeweler will be able to do it for. So by all means, take the design to them and they can produce it. I think that by sort of embracing this model, I can feel a lot better about what I do, having my designs out there and sticking to what I prefer to do. I prefer to design, and I like to do the CADing. So that's my niche, and I'll obviously still make things, but the core of my business is going to be fostering this sort of community and helping it to grow. Yeah, so if it sounds interesting to you, follow what I'm doing, and yeah,